Well, I think the most challenging thing that for me was the getting into police work at all. When I started in the 70s, there was some requirements that height requirement, for example, that I didn't meet, slightly didn't meet. But there were other ones too, and they were certainly not equitable to all candidates. But at the time, it was the standard of policing, and so I had to overcome those before I could even start. In larger agencies such as LA or New York, they were not negotiable. You had to be that height, or you had to be that age, or before you could even compete in the testing process. In a small, intimate agency like Sparks PD, it was a little easier. You had to become part of their family, basically, and become known to the officers. And once you accomplished that, it was easy. Then all you had to do was prove that you were able to take care of yourself and take care of business. But in that day and age, I remember an episode of Dragnet where they were assigned to a community relation situation. They were trying to make the police more responsive to the community in that episode. And one of the questions was, a small gentleman came to the podium and said, the policing's unfair. I applied to be a police officer. I meet all the requirements, but I was denied. And Joe Friday says, looking at him, he says, well, I don't know the circumstances of your case, but it appears to me from your size that you were probably discounted because of your height. There's a height requirement to be a police officer in Los Angeles, and as there was throughout the country at that time. And he said, well, that doesn't matter. I have a black belt in karate. And Joe basically said, rules are rules. They can't be bent because you have skills and abilities that may make you able to do the job, but it's still a rule. And those rules were challenged based on the fact that they were not equitable. They weren't equitable to every candidate. It discounted very good candidates, such as people who weren't 6 feet tall and didn't fit the stereotypical picture of a police officer at that time, but it discounted women, people of age. You had to be a certain age or you couldn't apply. Recently, the Academy graduated someone who's over 50 years old in this community, and very successful. He completed the Academy and will be an asset to the agency. But in those days, he wouldn't even have been able to apply.